Hello, witches. It's Stragabella. I'm going to give you a view of the inside of my witchy cabinet. This is the room. I made a video of this the other day. So far, my husband has painted it yellow. Nice yellow color. His office is over on this side of the room. He still didn't push it against the wall yet where it's going to end up. But this is basically how it's going to be set up. And we ordered a television, so this is no longer going to be there. We ordered a television that's going to go on the wall above the fireplace. So, and this right there, that's a wood-burning stove, which is going to go attached to the fireplace. Or I think actually it's going to be in the closet. Or the stove is going to be here, and the wood is going to be kept in the closet, so it's not going to be cluttery, or not wood. It's actually a pellet stove, similar to a wood burning stove, but it burns pellets instead. And so let's see if you can see in the closet. It right now it has my sewing basket and just a couple things in here, and then there's like a little secret shelf over there. And I accidentally knocked the mirror that was on it off the wall and it smashed, but I will use that for magical purposes. So the TV is going to go up here. I think we have to maybe remove those two lights, which is kind of sad, but it's a really high-tech television with like 80,000 megapixels or something. It was a like $3,000 TV, which he got for a fraction of the price. So I will show you it when it comes, but it's not going to be here for a few weeks. So I'm going to show you inside the cabinet. This side on the left over here, so far is the Ancestry kind of past honoring section. During the fall, I probably will do something more elaborate for like specific ancestors or something. But right now, I'm just trying to organize stuff. So down here, I have all my little special. Each of these has like little mementos in them. And this candle smells amazing. Oh, it's so beautiful. Let's see. I don't even remember what the scent was, but it is just awesome. Very fall-like. And I have a crystal frog back there. This is a replica of some kind of famous art thing. There's a little hand sewn. When I was into making poppets and stuff, I made this little owl, and I love him. Some seashells and so forth. Then the next level up, I have like mushroom kind of oriented things. This is a glass mushroom. This mushroom actually opens up. I have some stuff in there. My copper toad and a bell. The next level up is more kind of towards my Dutch biology, Dutch and then the Russian kind of stuff. This is just kind of like like your biological ancestry, more or less, I guess you'd say. This is from Russia. Dutch shoes. This is like a little dog of the dead to honor ancestry. These are from Italy. I bought those when I visited there. This guy doesn't have the little dolls inside, the Matryoshka dolls. But I had to buy him anyway. He's really cool. He has a cage with no bird in it. And I'm sure there's like a whole story of why he has what he has, but I don't know it. If any of you have ever seen this particular image, I think this has something to do with Santa Claus and that whole story. It's actually a pretty scary story if you know the true story of when over at like in like Iceland and that area over there, he actually used to have a demon instead of a reindeer that used to come with him. and the demon used to punish the bad children. So this is this was actually my grandmother's, and it's got a hummingbird, which is special because my grandfather used to call my daughter Petrushka, which in Russian is hummingbird. Here's some more dead. This I usually put out at Samhain to honor the dead. Some skulls, ladybugs. This was my first kind of athame when I first started practicing. My crystal ball. This plays music. Love it. I found it at a thrift store. And then up here is mostly just candles. I have a king and a queen, god, goddess, whatever you want to call it, feminine, masculine energy candles, which I only light on very rare occasions because I love them. And my hummingbird, Petrushka, with star, and those are crystals, and I got those in Salem. Okay, over to the next. Up here I have, if you remember, if you watched some of my older videos in Wakefield, this was my jewelry box that I had. It's got a mirror on the top, and I have, what's this? Oh yeah, this is my crystal ball. It's covered, it's in a black suede bag, or no, velvet bag. Pictures of my children, and this box my son made me, and it's got special stuff in here. I have a set of runes. I have some hedgehog quills, bones, some blood, dried blood on a paper towel, because you can add that into water if you need blood at the spur of a moment. And some other little things, trinkets and things I might need. And the hedgehog quills are special. The reason they're in this special thing with my blood and everything is that was from my pet hedgehog. In here are just some pins for Halloween time. They like wind up and they move. I'll show you guys when it's the proper time of the year. I have little extra bottles, glass bottles. This used to have some crushed up roses in it, but I have to redo the stuff because I used it for incense. And then in all the drawers, there's just various things. I have various jewelries. I have, this is from my children when they used to lose teeth. They would put these under their pillow with their tooth in them. Just some mementos and personal items. So these are all just really special things to me. I'm not going to show you all the drawers because it would take a long time to show you what's in them. Maybe I'll do a special video just on that. This is all sea glass. This is a real leather thing made by a Native American. I got it at her shop in Maine when I went. This is from Russia. I actually should put this over here with this stuff. That goes there. It was locked up the other day, so that's why it ended up in here. Because some of them I lock up and some of them I don't. I don't really need to lock all of them because some of them are not, there's nothing poisonous or dangerous. This actually probably should go over here as well because this is a little Dutch girl. I don't have a lot of room anymore. I'll just put that there for now. And then this shelf is obviously, these two shelves show all the time, even when the closets are closed. This was my grandmother's, and before that I believe it was my great-grandmother's mortar and pestle, so I only use that for very specific, certain special ceremonies. That's not my mortar and pestle set that I use regularly. I just got this goblet. I found this at a thrift store in Maine. I really like it. It's the first actual, this type of goblet that I've ever had. 4. Chalice. There's no 4? There's a 4, honey. I'm sure there is. Oh, dear. Well, there's no, this one's goes here, because there's not 40 months. So this one is for the first number, and then the second number goes up to 9. Anyway, I have some, mugwort. A few of my larger quantity herbs are in here, but just because here's a thing of sand. some flowers and various herbs, lighter refilling stuff. This is these runes? Yeah, these are my wood ones. I made a set out of wood. My other sets are stones and lima beans, which you might think is kind of funny, but you can make them out of dried beans if you want a little tiny set to carry in your purse. Okay, so that is that cabinet. This cabinet I have set up to kind of do like a nice ambiance. I have my witch doll, who is kind of like my little me, like a puppet of myself kind of, but she's not. I didn't actually do something like you would do with a puppet or anything. I just like her because she looks like me. She's got like a little pearls and a broom and frogs, which I love. So she's kind of like the crone version of myself. She has gray hair already, which I don't have, but someday. So she's my little lady witch that I love. I have some teeth, human teeth. There's some more books hidden back here. Tarot, dark magic, and so forth. I have a bell, my personal oils, the ones that I do keep. This section is locked up because these are all my intimate personal oils that I would not want anybody else to touch or mess with. And I have some of my hedgehog's quills, some thorns. I have a lot of the stuff I would want to keep locked up in here. This side, oh, it's locked. It's more decorative. I have silver 3-layered. I think somebody who's in our group has the same thing. I think maybe Diane. It opens up. It's a shell, and it opens up into 3 serving dishes, and I use that for triple goddess stuff. And I have this huge, I wish you could see it. There's a candle that is shaped like a castle, my witch hat that's on a headband, and a huge candle that's silver, real silver. I have my little witch's foot, 2 masks that are purple, Halloweeny. These are kind of like dress up for Samhain. This is like the Samhain side when I really go all out and get all glamorous for Halloween stuff. I have my dragons and my collectible Gitsy Halloween version dolls. There's nothing on the bottom. Okay, and that hat goes kind of with all of my outfits over here. So that's like the Samhain dress up fancy stuff. This is just incense and photos. This one stays locked only because if you don't lock it, it just falls open. So really all that's in there is like note cards and decorative paper, parchment and stuff like that. So I'm not going to show you that one. And then this is incense, which I use on a daily basis. Down here is cards, more cards and paper stock. And this is candles. I've had this box for a long, long time. And I have some very special memento stuff down here. A picture of my husband, some important tickets, as well as a piece of the backpack I took on our first date. My daughter made me this. You guys have probably seen it in other videos. And I have all my crystals in here. But unfortunately, it looks like when somebody was moving some of my stuff or moving this to paint, a couple of them got broken, which I was pretty sad about. But my daughter put the zodiac symbols on here, which was awesome. This one is just this box, and it's all supplies, candles and offering bowls, pine cones and stuff like that. Sorry, I can't, I don't want to make like a really, really super long video, so I'm not going to show you inside all the little things that are in there, but this is mostly books and a couple bottles. This is holy water. I need to make some more. I don't even know what's in here. Let's see. I think it's just, yeah, just a couple weird little things. A little mini Bible. This is gifted by a long time ago that I keep. It's very special and it plays music, and I have some stones and shells in there. A handmade knit hat by one of my grandmother's cousins for my children when they were little. I have a bunch of stuff like that. This is from my aunt and my grandmother. Inside there is many religious icons, things like rosary beads and prayer cards and so forth, and it all belonged to them. I have an Italian Bible. Actually, it's not really a Bible. It's more like it's a special. I'm gonna have it translated, but it's like these special prayers and things. And I believe it actually belonged to my great grandfather, and he used it in his healing. That is the area of my family that was into Italian folk magic. Turtle shell and a rabbit's foot. So that is that one. Let's see, we have 2 more to go. Okay, this is saltpeter, lots of herbs, frankincense, myrrh. These are the ones that mostly would be used, or a portion of some of what I would use in ritual rather than cooking. But I have replicas in the kitchen. If some of these I might use for in the kitchen as well, but I try to keep a stock in here as well. I have my, if I'm going to do a ritual real fast and I don't have a ton of time, pull out this, and I have the candles for each element. This is special to me. My mother made this when I was in her stomach. Dirt from a Catholic church. All of these are filled with candles, incense, and things like that, except this one. Let's see. This one has a little bit more special things. I have some keys, a little tiny container over here with something in it I won't say. Mirror. These are awesome to have, you guys. If you can find these on clearance at like AC Moore or Michael's. I just glue them outside on the doors or the windows to keep out the bad stuff. Wood pentacle box with some special stuff in it. This is an awesome travel kit for a ritual. I have a few extra things in here as well, which I'll probably do a video on that, on making yourself a travel basket or a bag. That's an awesome thing to do for going on walks and at the last moment needing to do ritual or wanting to do ritual out in the forest or somewhere where you can't really bring a lot of stuff. Of course, every witch has a magic mirror covered with cloth. This is all fabric that I made into squares when I was quilting. I still have to put it all together, though. There's hundreds of squares in there. This is a box, clear plastic box of beaver wood that's kind of calcified, and it was chewed by beavers, as well as cinnamon sticks, big cinnamon sticks. This whole box is filled with small candles, like not votive, the other size bigger. No, yeah, votive candles, not tea light. Oh, I didn't want to open that. That's just my. This has been in my family for a long time. I think it belonged to my grandfather's sister. A little cow that lights up. And I think this is the last one. Oh, no, that's the last one. So, let's see. That is all herbs. They're all in jars. Incense is in this box. I have this cool, it's a plate that has the directions on it, north, south, east, west, with little representations of each. This is a very old besom from the 17 or 1800s. A wand that's broken. Let's see. That's about it for that. This is all jars of herbs and stuff for working, crushing and everything. Bunch of books, more books. I have this wooden board that I use for divination. That's a group of different hair and things for magical workings. And last but not least is this cabinet, which is note cards that I keep, like a recipe box for spell work. And then if it's successful, I write the ingredients, what I did, the date I did it, and if it's successful, then I write the date it succeeded. And if it's a great spell that I want to keep for future use, then it goes into the Book of Shadows. These are all empty bottles for now. And this box is just a bunch of various kind of overstock stuff. Just kind of like a junk box of magical possibilities. And that's it, guys. That is the tour of my witchy cabinet up to now. And I'm sure it's going to change and expand over time. Especially as the seasons change and I kind of get used to having it and using it. It's got a lot of space. So I hope you enjoyed that. Blessed be. Bye.